Hello dear students, today I will be discussing a very important problem in which students usually face much difficulties. We call them water ice mixture problems. You have some water at some degrees, you put some ice cubes in it at, let's say, some negative degree temperatures ice cubes, and now you are asked what would be the final temperature, what would be the final composition of the mixture. So just remember one thing. For heat to flow, there has to be a difference of temperature. So heat flows because of difference of temperature, not because of difference of state. If you have 0 degree water and if you have 0 degree ice, put them together, nothing will happen. No heat will be transferred. Why? Because there is no difference of temperature. So remember, difference of state is not needed, difference of temperature is needed. So in such problems, what do you usually have? You have ice at some negative temperature and water at some, let's say, some positive temperature above 0 degree. So because water initially is at a higher temperature, the water is going to lose the heat and the ice is going to gain the heat. Now, what would be the final state? That will depend on the amount of ice, amount of the water and the initial temperatures. So just my trick to you is, first of all, just mentally calculate how much heat can the water supply till it comes to 0 degrees Celsius. And just check what is the amount of heat required by ice to come to 0 degree and further to melt it, and try to compare those figures. Those comparison and those figures will give you an idea what the final temperature and the state of mixture will be. And these questions require some practice and some proper understanding to feel very confident in doing them. So the final state of the system, as I have written, depends on how much heat the water is supplying. That means the mental calculation until water comes to 0 degree. If that amount is greater than the amount of heat needed by the ice to come to 0 and to further melt it, then you will have complete water at some temperature greater than 0 degree Celsius. Furthermore, there could be a case where the heat supplied by the water till coming to 0 degree is exactly equal to the heat required for ice to for the complete melting. In that case, you will have complete water but at 0 degree Celsius. And similarly, you have a case 3 where the supplied heat is not enough to melt the ice completely, but enough to take it to 0 degree Celsius. So in that case, you will have a mixture of water and ice at 0. And now what would be the amount of ice melted? We will try to calculate through some examples. And the last case is where you have a very small water and you have a very large amount of ice, and the complete water will freeze and finally you will have an complete ice. That is a typically very rare type of question, but that kind of scenario also exists. So before practicing such questions, we should be very much thorough with the data that we usually use. Question usually provides the data, but I expect such data to be, by practice, you remember such data. What are the data? The specific heat of water we say is 1 calorie per gram per degree Celsius. Remember, only here we prefer calories instead of joule, like we prefer electron volt instead of joules while doing the atomic and the nuclear physics questions. Similarly, specific heat of ice typically is half of that of water. Of steam is slightly lesser than even that of ice. It is 0.46 or 47, that is usually given calorie per gram per degree Celsius. Latent heat of fusion, that is amount of heat required to convert ice at 0 degree, 1 gram ice at 0 degree to 1 gram ice, 1 gram water at 0, that is latent heat of fusion is 80 calorie per gram. And latent heat of vaporization, water at 100 to steam at 100, that is 540 calorie per gram. That is the usual data we are given. Now how to attempt such question? Let's try to understand with this first example what we are here given here. Just see what would be the final temperature of the mixture when 5 gram of ice at minus 10 degrees Celsius is mixed with 20 gram of water at 30 degrees Celsius. So just look what you are given: 5 grams of ice at minus 10, 20 grams of water at 30 degrees Celsius. So like I told you, first of all, do a mental calculation. How much heat can this water give till it comes to 0 degree? Just do it mentally, no need to take it to that, just a mental calculation. तो देखिए एक बार हिंदी में भी मैं समझा देता हूँ, जो हिंदी के स्टूडेंट्स भी देख रहे हैं जिनको हिंदी में ज़्यादा कंफर्ट रहता है. आई ट्राई टू कीप इट इंग्लिश सो दैट इट बिकम्स यूजफुल फॉर ऑल, बट फिर भी हिंदी में आई विल से फ्यू वर्ड्स. सो यहाँ पे आप सबसे पहले मन में कैलकुलेट कीजिए 20 ग्राम पानी 30 डिग्री से 0 डिग्री तक आता तो कितनी हीट दे सकता था. सो यू कैन से हाउ मच वी कैन एक्सट्रैक्ट फ्रॉम द water before it comes to 0. So that just mental calculation, Q1 it can supply. Q1 it can supply, or not supplied, we should write it can supply. So how much it can supply? So it is 20 grams. Specific heat is 1 calorie per gram per degree Celsius, and till 0 it will lose 30 degrees Celsius, 30 degree temperature. So the amount of heat it can release is 600 calorie before it comes to 0 degree Celsius. This is the mental calculation. Now you have 5 gram of ice at minus 10. So first, convert this 5 gram of ice at 0 to 5 gram of ice at minus 10 to 0 degree. Here the amount of heat required, Q1 required. How much is required? That is 5 into specific heat 0.5 multiplied by the temperature change, that is 10. So you are left with 25 calorie. So you have a giver who can give 600 calorie, and what is the demand? Demand is only 25, so demand should be raised. So raise it. The next step, logically, what we can say, let us the 5 gram of ice at 0 degree to convert it into 5 gram of H2O, or you can say of water at 0 degree. Now here the amount of heat required is mLF, and what you have 5 grams into LF, that is 80 calorie per gram. So what is the requirement? 400. So now you have this calculation. For the ice to completely melt and convert to water at 0 degrees Celsius, it requires 425 calorie, and the water can supply by coming to 600 calorie. That means this is not the demand. The supply is over and the demand is less. That means finally you will have water, and water not at 0 degrees Celsius because you still have some amount of heat left. So you will have water at some higher temperature. So one thing is clear. Finally, I will be having 25 grams of water. And what would be the state? What would be the state? So let's say, now you can do in any way. I can use this data also. Let's say 600 was the hypothetical figure, 425 is required. So how much extra heat is left? So what is the extra heat which is left, which is not utilized, that is still remaining in the system? You can say like that. So the amount of heat remaining is 175 calorie. And now what you have? 20 gram water or 25 gram water? Now you have 25 gram water. So the amount of temperature change would be 175 calorie you have, using Q equals to ms delta T. ms 25 gram, specific heat is 1, so 175 by 25. So you have this temperature at 7 degrees Celsius. You can do it like. Otherwise, if you get the idea that the final temperature would be greater than 0, you can do also like that. Generally, what I call these diagrams, the level diagrams, I usually call myself. So 20 gram water you had at 30 degrees Celsius. So because you know final temperature is above 0, so let's say it would be T degrees Celsius, and you have ice here, 5 gram ice at minus 10. So what you have? The logic is heat supplied is heat gained. So what is the heat gain? This is minus 10 to 0, right? 5 gram ice. So this is heating of ice. This heat required is 5 into 0.5 into 10, like we did before, 25. Then the amount of heat required to melt it. So this will convert into 5 gram water at 0 degrees Celsius. And this amount would be 5 into 80. We already did it, 400 calorie. And let's say finally it would be at T degree. Both will come here. So the third demand raised by it would be 5. Now instead of 0.5 it would be 1, because now it is water, so specific heat of water would be used 1 into T. So this is the total demand. What is the total demand? 425 plus 5T. And what is the supply in one shot? In one shot it will supply 20 grams into 1 into loss in temperature, which is 30 minus T. So what you have? Heat supplied is heat gained. So supplied is 20 into 1 into 30 minus T is equal to 425 plus 5T. So what you have now? 600 minus 20T is equal to 425 plus 5T. And again solve it, you will have the same calculation. T will be 7 degrees. So you can do in both the ways. So I have given you both the methods. Ideally it is the single method, you can say, but this is the way we can attempt such questions. So here you had a case where the final temperature would be above 0 and the final mixture would be above 0 degree Celsius. Now let's try one more. This is a question asked in JEE 2003, if I'm right. You have 2 kilograms of ice at minus 20. Now you have mixed 5 kg of water at 20 degrees Celsius. Just think like you are making some iced tea. You have 5 kg water and you put 2 kg of ice. You want to make a good iced tea. So 5 kg water at 20 degrees Celsius in an insulating vessel having negligible heat capacity. So heat exchange with the container is neglected. Calculate the final mass of water left in the container. So just let me check what's happening. So again, doing that mental calculation, what do you have? 5 kg. So 5 kg for specific heat of water, we typically write 1 calorie per gram. You can write it as 1 kilocalorie per kg also. Simply both side kk will be introduced, kilocalorie and kg. In this question, actually the data was also given. I skipped it just for saving the space. Now, so the 5 kg of water, that is 1 kilocalorie per kg into 20. It can potentially give up 100 kilocalorie heat till it comes to 0 degrees Celsius. Now what about ice? For the ice to come to 0 degree, what it requires? 2 into 0.5 into change of 20 degrees, that much is 10 kilocalorie. So still the amount of heat is still left. Now to melt it completely 2 kg, you require 80 kilocalorie per kg. So you should be familiar with this data, na? So 160 kilocalories. So what is the demand to completely melt? 170. So for complete melting you require 170 calories, but kilocalories, to be precise, kilocalories, that is what we should write. So 170 kilocalories is the demand, but supply till it comes to 0 is 100 kilocalorie, and it cannot supply more because now both are at the same temperature. So that means the demand is more, supply is less. So take one step back. Just bring the ice to 0 degree, doesn't melt it. So for that the amount required is 10 kilocalorie, that is supplied. So what you have, till the ice reaches 0 and till the water reaches 0 at water without any phase change, you have 100 kilocalorie heat supplied but 10 kilocalorie absorbed. So what you are left with? You are left with the heat of 90 kilocalorie. So the demand in the next step was 160, but now you have only 90 kilocalorie. That means ice will partially melt. Not the whole ice will melt, but it doesn't mean that ice won't melt at all. It will melt. How much it will melt? Let me say it is delta M melted, and into that latent heat of fusion, that is 80, sorry. So delta M melted kitna hoga? You can calculate 90 by 80. So basically 9 by 8. So you have it 1 by 8. So it would be 1.125 kg if I am not wrong. So what we have, the delta M melted would be 1.125 kg. That is what we can have. Okay, let me correct my calculation. I have done a blender. 2 into 0.5 into 20, it is 20 kilocalorie. So my calculation has gone hayway. So the leftover heat would be 80 kilocalorie only. So it would be 80 by 80. So my calculation is not perfect here. So don't commit such mistakes. So it would be 1 kg. So it will only be 1 kg. So that means 1 kg ice has melted. Already you had 5 kg of water already, and now 1 kg of ice is also melted. So finally what you will have? You will have 6 kg water liquid form plus 1 kg ice you will have at what you have at 0 degrees Celsius. So finally you will have a ice water equilibrium at 0 degrees Celsius. So do it like that. So here heat was good enough to take it to 0 degree, ice to take it at 0 degree, but not to completely melt it. So partially it is melted, and finally you will have 6 kg of water remaining in it at 0 degrees Celsius with 1 kg ice. So that is how you do this question. Now one more interesting thing, you bring that steam factor also. That's a very famous question, you all remember. What do? You mix up 1 gram of steam at 100 degrees Celsius in a container containing 1 gram of ice at 0 degrees Celsius. And now you are asked, what is the final temperature of the content of the mixture? What would be the final temperature? So it's a very famous question. So here the data is the key. Just think of it. If ice, this steam condenses to 1 gram water at 100 degrees Celsius, how much potential heat it can give? So it can give 540 kilocalories. That is the data that you remember for latent heat of vaporization. And for the ice to melt into 1 gram of water at 0 degrees Celsius, what is the demand? So what is the demand? This Q1 demand is 1 into 80, that is 80 kilocalorie. Sorry, 80 calories, not kilocalories. You have gram only, so write it only calorie is here. It was 540 calories, it is 80 calories. So that steam is ready to give 540 calories in one shot. It is only receiving 80. So we have much of the heat left. So just looking at the data, if I take it to 100 degrees Celsius, this water at 0 degree to 100 degree, what is the amount of heat required? Now this is heating. So 1 gram specific heat of water. So what is specific heat is only 1 into 100. So what do you have? 100 calories. So still what is the demand? Demand is only 180 calories, and in this 180 calorie it has reached 100 degree. And in losing only, in complete condensation, it can give 540 calorie, but it is not ready to receive 540 calorie. It is only ready to receive 180 calories till it comes to the same temperature. That means this much heat is not needed. So the actual supply would be 180 only. 180 means here steam won't condense complete, only partially it will condense, and you can say for 180 only 1/3 gram of steam will condense. So finally you will have 2 by 3 gram of steam plus 4 by 3 grams of water at 100 degrees Celsius. So it's a very interesting question. The final temperature will still be 100 degrees Celsius. which appears somewhat amusing to the students at first, but it is the answer. If you mix 1 gram of steam with 1 gram of ice, steam was at 100, ice was at 0, the final temperature will be 100 degrees Celsius. Do it. If you take 2 gram of ice, 1 gram steam, 2 gram ice, you will still have 100 degree with 1/3 gram steam left and 5 by 3 gram water left. And if you take 3 gram ice with 1 gram steam, then you will have the complete steam condensing, but still the temperature would be 100 degrees Celsius. So try playing with such questions. You have such questions in PYQ, just attempt them. I've just only taken the water ice mixture problems here. I've not taken that calorimeter thing also into consideration. Just share your views, how you like the video. ज़रूर बताइएगा कैसा आपको ये वीडियो लगा, और आपको ये ठीक लगा होगा तो फिर वी विल थिंक ऑफ द कैलोरीमेट्री के और भी जो कंसेप्ट हैं, थोड़े और क्वेश्चंस, वो भी अपन एक सेशन में प्लान आउट कर लेंगे. सो डू शेयर योर फीडबैक. ऑल द बेस्ट.